Very nice on level no 4 here. Hold on. Let me just get the stream link here. Send it out. Let's see. Just sending out the stream link to some friends. Let's see. I see we have someone in chat. Welcome. Welcome. It is good to see you. Even if you're just lurking, it is good to have you here. Alright. Let's see. I got to go to camp and give some of the other NPCs armor and stat increase items.
Don't be grumpy, Roland. We'll get to the city soon.
I am not grumpy.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
tools take me. What I wouldn't do for better tools.
There. Done.
Is that everything? I think that's everything.
Stop! This place is off limits. Leave.
In a secluded place all alone.
I'm
It
not
would be
killing
too
her.
easy to do away with her. Far beneath your talents.
I'm not gonna be mean, no matter how much. Um, no matter how much Dark Urge tries to get me to be mean, I'm not gonna be mean.
Damn it! Was inventory today. I'm sorry. Nerves are shot after the attack. Do what you gotta do. Sorry if I don't show you around. I just fall back down. Legs are as steady as a foal's. Bloody potion! No! I'm just an idiot. I wanted an edge against the goblins, and I got it. I'm as strong as a bugbear. And fearless. But the old lady, she warned me of side effects. Should have listened. Now I'm stuck guarding crates. What? No, she said it wouldn't be permanent. It can't be. It'll wear off soon. It has to.
Hello!
Bloody things to happen.
What's next, I wonder?
Hello? Hello?
Shit, I forgot to plug in my microphone after I was messing around with flash drives.
Ah, gotcha.
Did you do that? Thank
How you doing?
Look,
Doing pretty
you're
good.
not really supposed to be here, but I'll turn a blind eye. Just don't touch anything, all right?
I'm doing just fine.
Let's
This
move.
fine morning.
I am going to. I'm not gonna long rest, but I am gonna go to camp.
There are important matters to discuss.
Oh, hello, Withers.
We meet again.
Shows up to your
As
camp
predicted.
unannounced, refuses to elaborate, refuses to leave.
Here in thy camp, for whenever thou hast need of my services. There are many answers to that question. None are important.
Skeletons aren't supposed to be able to talk.
Correct.
Correct. Are you going to explain any further?
No.
Heh.
A mending of the thread. Should thou or any
Also,
of thy
hello,
compatriots
wannabe
perish,
streamer.
I would
Welcome, welcome.
I'm not gonna be
send
evil.
Tabari once more.
I'm not gonna be evil. Listen. Listen.
Because it is
I-
the calling.
I think
There is
it'd be
little
even
else
more
to
funny
explain.
if a follower of Shar and a
Indeed.
and a ball spawn is just the nicest
Farewell.
person you will ever meet.
Yep.
Not this one. Nor this one. And this one are less worthy still. I riddle thee not. I speak only what requires telling. Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking. Most willingly, forsooth. Their passions doth run deep for what hath been wrought upon them. Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. My services are all that I can proffer thee. What thou wilt do with them is for thee to undertake.
Alright. Now.
I applaud your taste.
Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to pick it up. I just meant to open it.
Assume nothing.
The top fit may be a little bit strange, but I think it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it works.
Where am I needed?
Alright, let me find... Doo-doo.
What you doing?
Working on my game.
Very cool.
I'm gonna turn on TV, put on some music in the background as well.
Alright, just be sure it doesn't bleed in through to the...
I know.
This outfit just looks so good on Will.
Yeah.
It looks like, as of right now, Will can only equip one rapier. But
Yeah.
that will change eventually.
Still breathing.
Eventually.
Despite everything.
I could theoretically end the day.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's quite a sight. The stars, I mean. I could take or leave your chin. I can see the stars from Baldur's Gate, of course. But not with such clarity. It got me thinking, reflecting on what tomorrow might bring. When we arrive at this Gith crash, will we find out how to bring the worm under control? Will this little adventure of ours be over? Good. I don't want you to run off just yet. You're quite the
So
ally,
anyways,
after
chat,
all.
how's your days gone?
Traversing Avernus, surviving the crash, surviving everything
Me?
that's followed.
Slept in until like
I'm not easily
10.
impressed by people,
Got up
but
just a little
you're
bit ago,
stronger
fixed
than I
myself
gave
some
you credit
calzone and
for.
cheese sticks, and now I'm working on my game.
Yeah.
I'm having
I
this,
remember when I called you at like 10.
I sounded really tired.
Delicious.
Yeah, you sounded
But
like you had just woken up.
Yeah.
the right moment.
I'd woken up like earlier
I'm
and then went
sorry.
back to sleep because it's a
I-
weekend.
I need to clear my
Yeah.
head. I'll
That's
see you
fair.
later, I'm sure. Sleep tight.
A fine evening, don't you think? The moonlight shines warmly on us. The breeze caresses our faces. Hideous. All of it. Would that I were doing battle up there, among the tears.
The Tears of Saloon, you mean?
Yes. Rocky bodies named after a false goddess. Look above. Watch the moon cross the sky. The tears follow behind it. Rocky bodies tumbling through the sea of night. One of them is my crush, Kalir. Your curiosity is to be commended. Githyanki are hatched in creches all throughout realm space. Kalir is one of many. It's there
Also,
I
I
first saw
think
a
that
Kithrak mount a
it's
red
kind of
dragon,
ironic that
where I
Lae'zel
slit my
calls
cousin's throats at the
Saloon a
Vash's
false
command.
god
But enough of
when
this.
in reality
You are wasting your
Blackest
resting time.
is a false
Come
god.
dawn, resume
Yeah.
our search for a creche.
Hello, Will.
A tingle runs through your head and down to your feet.
Ah, there it is. That shiver. Our little brainworms have made fast friends, it would seem. How do you feel? Surprising is just the word, isn't it? Before the Illithid's unscheduled surgery, I'd felled hundreds of beasts and a fair few fiends.
Oh, Hello,
The
Leviathans.
tadpoles
Congratulations
weakened
on
me,
the job interview.
suppressed greater talents, but beyond that, have
Uh-huh.
shown no signs of
Oh,
turning.
nice.
No nausea,
Welcome to chat. Hello,
no
Leviathans. Doing all
pain,
right?
Not even a hot flash.
I mean, you're probably doing all right with the job interview, but what else?
Perhaps the worm's vat was poisoned. Perhaps we're uncommonly fit. Or perhaps the tadpoles are merely on holiday. We could conjecture all night. I suppose the why doesn't matter so much as the what next. And that answer is plain as the horns on a war devil's head. We get these things out. Let's get some rest. Dawn comes sooner than we think.
Hello, Gale.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately. Let's see. I hail from Waterdeep, City of Splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment. I have a cat, a library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood takes me, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There. Didn't that paint enough of a picture? Memory loss isn't usually a symptom of xenomorphosis. If it is, they've forgotten to write it down in any text I've read on the subject. Then again, our case isn't exactly usual. Perhaps whatever's causing our tadpoles to remain in stasis has also affected your mind. If xenomorphosis takes place, all trace of your former self will be subsumed into the Mind Flayer's hive. So, to still be here, if I might forgetful,
that's
still a win in my
okay.
book.
That's weird. One of the tree models has their leaves missing. I gotta change the rendering layer on
We
that.
all have those from time to time.
Gale, I swear to
I
God,
once
why
wished a
does
most
no
impure
one
demise
in
on a
this
colleague
camp,
of mine
except
who bought
for
the last remaining
Astarion,
copy of
Minthara,
Ethereals
and I
Kyridian of
think
Enchanting
Lae'zel, why do
First
none of
edition,
them
too.
take the Dark Urge seriously
As regards to your own
when they
morbid
say,
little fantasies,
hey,
I'm sure
I'm
nothing to
having
worry about.
violent
So long as
thoughts
they
that won't
remain
go away?
fantasies.
Because it's funnier.
It's infuriating is what it is.
Cry about it.
Hello, Shadowheart.
The leader of the pack comes to chat. What's on your mind? You must be pleased to have a clear path forward. I can't wait to get this thing out of my head. I hadn't thought of that. What do you have in mind? Brambles on bearskin aren't as fun in practice, I'm afraid. Besides, I can't afford to tire you out. We still have work to do. Rest well. The Blade of Frontiers. Let's hope Will lives up to his name. We'll need all the help we can get. I understand why you ask, but memory loss is not as uncommon as you'd think. There may be other causes. Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think? Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along perfectly well. We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little? I must admit, you've been a surprise, and not an unpleasant one. Kindred spirits are few and far between for me. Besides, you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. How can I do anything but sing your praises? Must I?
Yeah.
Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith crash will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind.
There.
I suppose we
All right.
go our separate ways. Not
That's
a
about
slight
right.
on your company, of course. Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible. Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation.
Astarion sneaking out of the camp.
What's he gonna do?
We all know. He's just gonna get a little sneaky snack.
Yeah.
I'll see if we can find you a dagger. Step, parry, strike. Damn it! It's just not landing.
Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
Oh, whoops. I am just rolling like shit today.
I'll try and brace them better. Like so. Step, brace, parry, swing. Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use. Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when the time comes. Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
Well, goblins have forever. And step.
Hold out your hand, lady. Let me show you something. Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky. You haven't seen anything yet, lady. Go on. Take the ring and watch your fortune change.
Oh, come on. Let me feel cool, por favor.
No.
Wow.
Go on. Take the ring and watch your fortune change.
Why am I rolling so poorly today?
Just having one of those days?
I guess so.
Go on,
Excuse
take
you.
the ring and watch your fortune change.
My apologies.
Weeping, bleeding hells! Okay, maybe you don't need extra luck. But since you're already holding the thing, call it. Heads or tails? Heads it is. See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap too. Interested? You got it. One sec. That's what I got. You bought something.
You suddenly feel something moving against your back and turn.
I can't do this anymore, Mattis. I'm sorry.
Hey, you here to trade or? Yeah, I know. I was standing right here telling her to rob you. Want all you want. She's somewhere safe and staying that way. Look, you caught her. Good for you. You aren't a chump like everyone else around here. Now, do me a favor.
What was that thud?
Make room for the chumps.
What was that, what?
What was that thud?
I picked up my coffee mug.
Ah.
Please, let us through. Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, Hellspawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out! Damn it! We could have taken those guards.
Try greasing palms.
We need to get Arabella out. Now!
You heard the guards. They're waiting on Korga to give word.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than trust that snake. Ugh!
Arabella tried to steal their idol. Druids lost their damn minds about it. They need it for their precious ritual.
Oh, it's all my fault. I told her I wished the wretched thing would just disappear, or better yet, explode.
Now Arabella's being judged by a bunch of druids who hate us. That's not right.
Breaking into druid chambers to steal a sacred relic. Oh, she sounds like fun.
Excuse me?
Excuse you.
Oh my gosh. Astarian disapproval
Thank you.
is so
They won't give us the
awful.
time of day.
Hurry! I'm at the end of my tether as is. Can't take this
Cup.
waiting.
Do you still like me?
So, we're traveling with the famed Blade of Frontiers. I feel safer already. You have a manner of irresistible desperation about you. I like it. My dagger-happy friend, what troubles you?
Okay. Let's see. I am going to... Astarian's approval with me is neutral, but it's getting kind of low. I'm gonna have to start doing things that he likes.
Yeah.
Because I do not want to be enemies with my boy, even if I don't expressly romance him.
Alright.
Calm, Magrin. Give her a chance. You, step back. Go join the other tieflings. No, and you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
Boo.
My good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest. Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
My, a scholar after my own heart. Spent much time among goblins? I've always preferred experience to the second-hand accounts of lesser men. But to each their own. Now, I've a few more questions, if you don't mind. And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
Volo.
Is he stupid?
The truth, my friend. Not a jot more or less. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the Absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Alright.
They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal! Never you mind. I'm on my way to their camp as we speak. I always knew my studies in Gukliak would come to some use.
Never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, hmm? And an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket?
Until we meet again.
Alright, here's the question. Do I be mean to Alfira in order to save her life? Or do I just deal with the fact that I'm gonna have to kill her?
What would your character do in this moment?
They would be nice to Alfira.
Cope.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change.
Sometimes you gotta have the highs, and sometimes you gotta have the lowest lows. That's the back and forth and ebb and flow of life for you.
Butchering. Don't know why I bother.
No, I'm moments away from a grisly death. At the hands of this bloody song. I can't... Nothing fits, you know? It can't hurt. I have an extra loot, if you want. I'll start from the beginning. We'll take it slow.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away.
It seems as though my dice luck has been given back.
Yay.
I am no longer rolling like shit. Watch the next roll I do be a nat 1.
Yep.
Moon reminds me of your grace, all the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend.
Sorry. Thanks. That's the first time I've played since Lihala died. My teacher. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it. It was awful. I couldn't look at a lute without hearing her screaming. I'd forgotten what it was like. That itch to perfect a song. Keep the lute, please. You've earned it. The Weeping Dawn will be my gift to Lihala. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this.
Too sweet. Odiously sweet. The vomitous gall within despairs at your kindness.
Is someone singing?
It's beautiful.
Shh. Listen.
Your favorite drownings all take place in shallow water. Just a slice of the ankle tendons.
Don't you hear it? It's so peaceful. No, it's just a bit of water. I only want to listen. Just a little closer. Yes, everything's gonna be fine once I get there.
Let's go.
Hello?
Hello? Oh, Helen.
Hello. We're currently live, just so you know.
Yeah, I gathered. I hopped onto the stream.
what you are.
Hey. Just, you know, it's like fair warning.
Nothing important is ever easy.
Excellent.
Can't slow down.
Alright, let's see.
I do appreciate the warning, though.
Of course.
Oh, hey, my audio's actually coming through your stream. There's just like a full 8-second delay on my side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't really do much about the delay between the actual,
Yep. That's just what you gotta deal with.
Yeah.
That being said,
Damn,
8 seconds really
be
isn't that bad.
Dang, I can't be the voices in your head anymore.
Taste my fury.
Two steps at a time.
Yep.
Are they gone? No. Yes. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, you're running the mod that lets you have more people in your party?
Yeah. I don't want to miss out on any of the companion storylines.
Mole will be so mad.
That's fair.
Wait,
I was gonna ask what sort of team comp you're running, but you're just sort of running all of them.
Yeah.
Find a boy called Donnie. Tell him you want to see
Yeah,
the
I like
dragon's
having everyone around for everyone's storylines. That just means on the flip side that combat becomes pretty easy.
That scamp reminds me of myself when I was a nipper.
I know there's a
Always
mod
getting
that
into
lets
trouble.
everyone in the party for cutscenes or dialogue, but not for anywhere else. I might take a look at that.
And worse. One time, my parents denied me a kitten, so I summoned myself a Tressim. Ah, dear old Tara. Beautiful creature. Benefits of a wizard's education, you see.
And in terms of the
course, my
difficulty,
considerable
all the
talent
game
didn't
becomes
hurt
pretty
either.
easy if you know how to build.
Yeah.
Well, that depends on who you ask, I suppose. I may have summoned things rather more exotic than a winged cat. There was that Magma Mephit once. Nice fellow, we kept in touch. Of course, in walked the housekeeper, screaming, yelling, panic, and before you know it, fire everywhere. Anyway, I'm glad we got that boy out of his predicament. Poor lad would have been harpy feed if it wasn't for you. What's on your mind?
I also have polyamory mod, so I don't have to choose who I want to romance. I can, if I wanted to, I could romance everybody.
Yay.
And isn't that technically possible with the majority of the characters
No, actually. Because, like, with, a lot of the
I know
characters
if you play your cards right, you can romance almost any two of the main party characters, but you can also become non-monogamous with Halsin or the other characters.
Right. I know
You get
that
later on.
I know that Halsin is okay with polyamory, and you can do Halsin and either Astarion, Shadowheart, or Karlach. But I know that Lae'zel is not okay with polyamory. Gale is
Oh,
not.
yeah, no.
Shadow, and you can only be polyamorous if Halsin is the other person.
Yeah.
But with the polyamory mod, you can be polyamorous with as many people as you want. You can literally romance them all if you wanna.
What can you tell me about this place?
And honestly, that should just be a base game feature if I'm being real.
Yeah, it should be. Especially since you're allowed to do the courting phase with as many people as you want, but once you reach, once you get to Act 3, your companions are just like, no, no, you have to be monogamous.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil, and I will cast out the rest.
A death viper. You've milked their poison before. A single drop of it could kill that child in a heartbeat.
She's a parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike. The death of a child. A timeless tragedy that never grows old.
Parasites, stop it.
You don't want to constantly embrace the dark urge and kill children.
Not yet. I want my first run that I complete to be a good one. But I do have an evil run that I'm doing with Dark Urge currently. But, as far as, saving Arabella goes, I have to save Arabella. I can't live with myself if I don't.
I hear the Tree Father's spirit in your words. It is as you say. Sifisif, Tila, to me.
You already got Gale. Have you ever seen the slap his hand interaction at the portal?
Yes, I have, and I've done it on my Evil Dirge run.
I've done it every time I see him.
It's the best one. You just give him a high five and like...
Yeah.
No, wait. Oh, I thought you meant the hacking off his hand. But yeah, I slap his hand every time.
It's the best.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Some part of me wants to do another Dark Urge playthrough just so I can slap his hand and then chop it off.
Do it!
Clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me.
Do it.
Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with. Quite a lot, if I'm being honest.
I really love
passes
this,
quickly, so I can manage.
I really love this armor on Shadowheart. It doesn't, I don't know if it suits her, but it looks good on her.
Positive. You can trust me on
And
that.
a lot of the outfits kind of just look great on her, like... Which is a real shame, because I do not like her personality.
None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you.
I love Shadowheart's personality, but at the same time, she does get better after Act 2, and after she confronts her religious trauma.
So I see she is actually an I can fix her moment.
Yeah.
And I played through most of her storyline, both routes of it, and I still
Why did
didn't
I
like
walk?
her.
Why did I walk all the way over
don't we take a
there to
little
talk
break?
to Gale?
Allow ourselves a few moments of rest. Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important. We've been on the road together for a while.
Yeah, you do sort of sometimes have to walk around people if you have a lot of characters in your party.
Yeah, I remember this one time, and I was so mad at this that I completely just so you know in the Underdark with the gnome who has the smoke powder barrel. And how you can go into a conversation with them, then have Astarion sneak and steal the barrel, and it does a funny. Well, I snuck Astarion right next to the barrel, and then did the action to have him steal it, and then he walks all the way back around in front of the gnome and gets caught stealing it, which triggers the fight. And I didn't want to kill that gnome, so I had to reload my save, but the problem was that my most recent save was let's just say I lost a lot of progress. It was frustrating.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown
because
confident enough
I
to tell you
specifically
something I've
snuck
yet to tell
him
another
right
living
next
soul,
to the barrel
except
so he
for
could
my
just
cat.
swipe it,
You see,
and
I have this
he walked right into the field
very
of view of the
different from the
gnome
parasite we share,
in order
but
to actually get it and got
just as
caught.
deadly.
Yeah, usually with how I orchestrate my parties, I wind up encountering the needing to walk through a nightmare to get to anyone issue, because all of my parties have at minimum 2 summons.
It cannot be cured. And I assure
I
you,
think my big character in my first playthrough had a total of 16 summons.
keep this condition under control. As
You
indeed
know
I've done for
Shovel
a
the Closet?
significant amount of time, but that was under different
Oh
circumstances.
yeah, they're the best.
Altogether.
They are amazing, and I keep
it comes
forgetting
down to is
to
this.
actually
Every so often, I need
cast
to get my
Summon
hands on a
Closet so that I
powerful
can
magical item.
befriend them, but I'm gonna do it this time.
You know, you can actually get 2 copies of them if you have a wizard in your party.
I am a wizard.
What you can do is you can learn the spell scroll, then use it, and then have a different spellcaster speak to Shovel, and then you'll both have the Summon Quasit spell.
Huh.
So you could actually get 2 Shovels for your whole
Spare you
party.
the finer details, but
It's only a
begins
total
with
of 2
simple
because you can't
biological
do the interaction
deterioration,
multiple times.
muscle
but-
spasms, disorientation, a slight ringing in the ears, and, if left for too long, catastrophe. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving
Yeah, I really
returns.
love some of Shovel's taunting dialogue lines and combat introduction lines.
To help me
I absolutely love
magic
Shovel
items to
the
consume.
best.
It is
And I love
All of the lines about punching things and calling it fisting. They're great.
And also,
have my thanks.
I
And fear not,
just want to say,
implicit trust
if you're a
is well
draconic
placed and will be
sorcerer,
rewarded
you
with
can
any
help
and
you can
means
help
at my
Shovel
disposal.
think they are a
I'm sure we won't have
dragon,
to look
and I
very
think
far
that's
to
so
find what I
adorable.
need. Faerun overflows
If
with
you're a
magic-infused
wild
treasure.
magic sorcerer, there's a
As do our
special
packs,
interaction
as
when
a
you meet
matter of
Auntie
fact.
Ethel.
We have such an item already in our possession.
I know.
Primed
There's
for the
also
moment that
a
need
special
arises.
interaction when you meet Auntie
I can
Ethel
count
if
on
you're a
you.
draconic sorcerer.
That's what
And you say that you didn't ask for this kind of magic. She's just like, oh, but why wouldn't you? It's ancient and powerful
You
magic.
think I'm a monster?
I really do like the idea of, yeah man, one time I cast a spell and then woke up at a wedding. Like,
Nah.
I'm planning on romancing Shadowheart this run because Shadowheart, Gale, and Astarion this run because Shadowheart because Shar, but listen, I have the Shar enabled mod, which for some reason allows every class to choose a deity to worship. And I want to also romance Gale because wizard buddies. And I want to romance Astarion because Astarion and Dark Urge are just so incredibly sweet. The problem is I've
Yeah,
gotten a
I-
lot of Astarion disapproval lately, and so I need to make up for it.
I've done
don't
a
see a
handful of
monster.
routes. Really,
look at
as
me
I
through
mentioned
one's eyes.
previously in talking, that
You are like all
thus
the
far
rest.
I've romanced
Where
Karlak
devils
twice
tread,
because I
chaos
just fell into the
follows.
same route the second
No
time.
matter.
The second time I at least
Yeah.
I
romanced
took
Nelson.
back the idol of Silver.
Yeah,
And in every
Karlak-
playthrough I've
Fueled.
accidentally started Gale
Seal the
romance
grove.
unintentionally.
Free from harm.
Yep.
Free
Yeah,
loving truths.
Gale. I think they fixed it, but Gale used to be so easy to romance.
He'd just be like, hey, do you want to see this cool magic trick?
And mine perish.
And then
Yeah.
you
if he
sleep with him.
stays.
Yep.
You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Sevlor. Offer to
In my
guide the
super
Outlanders
evil
out
playthrough, I
of the
plan on
grove.
romancing the character
I'm
you can
sure
only get in
they'll
the evil
reward you
playthrough.
well.
That
They're to be gone before final prayer.
that'll be a lot of
If they
fun.
are not, the Viper must strike. You will do more than speak. This tale
I am
ends with
trying
one
to find
way.
ways to min-max
With the
being as
Outlander
evil as
Rock
possible.
In the grove.
I will say, you want to know the
Only
sole,
beneficially
you wanna,
evil.
You wanna,
Mindless evil isn't worth it.
okay, but you want to know the sole reason I bought this game? Karlak. I
That's
saw one of Karlak's cutscenes. I think it's the scene where she's
You
being
did well to speak up for the girl.
like after you defeat
That snake
Gortash
is
and you
fickle.
talk to her. I saw
A
that
tragedy
scene.
prevented.
Because the person I trusted the most gave me away to the devil. I saw that scene and I immediately went like, I have to save this woman. I love her so much. I want to help her. And then I bought the game the second I had the money for it.
I picked up the game because it seemed like a fun interpretation of a lot of D&D things,
let a
and
snake
mostly
replace
to
our
play it
leader.
with friends who then never ever played it with me.
I would be happy to play BG3 with you. I had a multiplayer save, but I think it got lost, question mark? That or our schedules just stopped lining up so we couldn't play it anymore.
Yeah, I've got a friend group who I'm trying
Master
to
Halsin.
do a playthrough with. We've gotten
Perhaps
maybe
Goblin
to the
Court.
Goblin Camp, but we
Perhaps
haven't
dead.
actually been able to do
He'd
anything
set
past that
Mistress
point.
Korga back in line. Hold her to task.
Which
Stop
they've
this
been
damn
horrified
ritual.
because I know just
All
about
die if the
everything
rite
that
is
you could
finished.
get early on in the
So
game, and
many
like,
more.
holy, I
Sent
didn't
into
know
a
about like
world
half
gone
of these
mad.
things.
I would love to learn where Bulal is.
You're telling me there's
I
a
would give
secret
anything to
platform
see
behind the
Halsin
Harpy's
return
Nest?
home.
The Harpy's
You
Nest.
can get to the Harpy's
Yeah.
Nest. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Sylvanas'
go
blessing
behind
upon
where
you
you fight the
and
harpies
my
and
gratitude as
do a little
well.
bit of jumping on some islands. You can
Halsin is an
find
elf with the
you
presence
can
of
find
a
a
it's a
small
ring of
loot
color
chest.
He
spray.
left west
I
with
saw the
adventurers.
loot chest, but
You won't mistake the first
Beyond
for
that, there's a
anyone else.
nest which has loot in it.
Yeah.
Come, Silver.
It has a ring of color spray and some other unremarkable loot that I think is actually randomized, but I'm not sure.
okay. I'll go there here in just a second.
I really wish they had kept the mundane chest as transmuting items into weightless, but it doesn't do that anymore.
What will you do? Hunt me? Grab my tail? Shout until my head hurts?
The mundane chest is an item that when you put items into it, transmutes them into like plates and forks and such.
No, wait.
But
You
when you
smell
take them
fresh.
back out, they turn into normal items.
Safe. You can stay, if you must.
Used to be real good for necromancer.
Please. I'm resting.
The bird says nothing, trying to rest. The bird says nothing, only the sound of its labored breath fills the silence.
The number on you, didn't they? Does that hurt? I see you. Just give me a moment. A moment.
This medicatrix.
There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now,
What was it you needed? I do what I can. For most folks, that's enough. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe. A tadpole. A mind flayer tadpole. I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after. Seems so. Gave Master Halsin a right start. It's why he joined the adventurers on their expedition. To find out what was happening. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
I'm interested in the procedure, actually. Please, go ahead.
All right. Let's see what we can do. Of course. Now, tell me what's been happening. Any symptoms? Strange events? Protected from on high. Sounds like the drow. Master Halsin said he was tougher than he had any right to be. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening. A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms. The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out. I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything. Now, do I have your word or not?
I don't want Astarion to disapprove of me anymore, because I fear that he will, I fear that he will get upsetty spaghetti.
Yeah.
And not like me anymore.
But you have to. Don't you understand?
My approval with him is already low enough as it
all.
is.
Then I've no choice. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Could have been worse, I suppose. At least she didn't just attack.
At the ready.
Yeah. I'm taking a bit of a break from game development right now to work on that that Nine Hells bike race idea I pitched yesterday. You saw that in plotting ideas?
I don't think so. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, the Devil's Ride thing? Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm making for later in the meat grinder a deadly 3-lap motorcycle race going up to speeds of like 300 miles an hour where anything's fair game. Woo!
Find our master. Return to me then.
Yes, I see.
Yeah.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
Yeah. I mean, thank you for helping me.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it?
Helen left to do household things.
You saw what they were willing to do to a child just for trying. It's Korga's influence. Without her twisting things, I believe the druids might see sense. It's good of you to offer, but there's a whole army of goblins out there. We'd need an army of our own to escort us safely to Baldur's Gate. And while I don't doubt your abilities, you're no army. There may be a way, though. Goblins are ill-disciplined. It's unlike them to organize so cleverly. Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline to their ranks. Take out that leadership, and they'll scatter. The Blade of Frontiers has done what he can to help us prepare for the journey, and we're grateful. But it'll be a short journey if the goblins still own the roads.
By the Triad, there is only one correct answer. Refuse him, and we sentence these people to die.
I suppose so. We don't have much, but we'll scrape together whatever we can. Of course. Everything we have. Anything we can give you, we will. We'll be ready to leave as soon as you give word.
No, sir. But if there's a clear path past those goblins, they'll find it.
Yes.
Die if I met Heroic and reeking of this place. Never gonna.
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible or boring. He nods, then reaches for a concealed hatch.
Well, look who's come to visit. My kids say you've been busy since you got here. Mercon says you got him out of a tight spot with some harpies. Gotta say, I'm impressed. You saved Arabella from the druids. Don't know what those bastards would have done. And thanks for going easy on Sylphie. Not many marks would have done the same. We're saving up for a better hideout when we get to Baldur's Gate. Why? You planning on telling me stealing is wrong? Won't turn down free money. I've got operating costs you wouldn't believe. Come see me in the city sometime, huh? I'll repay this and then some. See you around, maybe. Never see us coming.
You came! I have... Here! Mole said I should thank you properly for the harpies. So I wrote you a story. It's about you. I hope you like it. I need new pockets to pick.
Do we get to wear armor too?
If we left, we can at least know who for it. We have nothing but the future. I smell drama amongst these adventurers. What have you heard?
Okay, so where is this nest?
It's gonna be behind the rock where you fight the harpies.
Parasites. Will we survive them?
Over here?
Only if my people extract them.
Well, I mean, there's a there is a dig mound there, but that's not what I'm talking about.
I hope you realize there are several rocks over here.
Yeah, like like the big, like the little island there in the middle of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go behind that and like follow a path, make some jumps, and you'll find a chest. And you go further, you should find a nest on like an elevated rock. Oh, you can quickly activate the jump action by pressing up on the D-pad.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what those harpies were hoarding.
was a time I tussled with hill giants without breaking a sweat. Now, a mere werebear could swat me halfway to arm.
Strange things are happening to us. What festers in our minds may
I've
well
never learned to
impel our
converse
bodies.
with your kind.
I'd swear that Ox's gaze is following me. Amicus animalis.
Huh? You're addressing me? A humble ox. How quaint.
How is that a flaw? I'm looking at a devil customization tables, and under flaws, there's this one that says a low profile is the best defense of all. I don't get what makes that a flaw, though.
Something's off. This creature isn't what it appears to be.
In fact, in respect to
Glad you think so.
one of the competitors I'm drafting up now, Kypris and Aranis, who's all about speed. That's probably her biggest defense.
Tick tock. Funny.
Need anything else? Of course. But please, remember, you're not the only one in need. Sylvanus be with you.
These tieflings prove fragile. I've a mind to end their misery myself.
Harsh. Remind me to stay on your good side.
You were never on my good side.
These tracks. Squat. Bow-legged. Goblins, I'd say.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
Oh.
He's hurt badly.
What?
An owlbear
I
got
rolled
him
a
deep.
2
If there's
just now,
anything you
but
can do,
thanks to
I'm watching you.
proficiencies and
The injured man
bonuses,
locks eyes with you.
I succeeded.
A familiar
But
Damn,
still.
bro.
churns in your head. Your minds
Damn, bro.
intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna, new recruits. Yours to shepherd.
protect them. She is a true soul. Mind her. She will. She. Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us?
We were reporting to Edwin.
What? And just leave Ed? I suppose he'd want us to go on. Find a way to honor his sacrifice.
May the Absolute guide us.
I like how quickly Brenna
They spoke of the Absolute. Same as that goblin, Sazza. Curious.
I like how quickly she switches
Looks
up
like the
once
Absolute's
she
drawing
learns
all
you're a
sorts to become famous.
quote-unquote true soul.
Impressive in a way.
Yeah.
Strange power resonates within the corpse. It calls to you. Most corpses feel like toys before you, to be played with and discarded when you tire. This body seems different. A friend calls out from the corpse, desperate to be freed. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience could nourish you, strengthen you. Your muscles loosen. The tadpole breaks free of its deceased host. Your mind is your own again. For now.
Oh, nearly got a little funny there.
Nearly got a little bit silly.
Almost did a little too much trolling.
Owlbear tracks. Its nest must be nearby. That stench. Dead owlbear prey, no doubt. Amicus animatus.
You feel the quake of its heavy footsteps before you see it. An owlbear, its beaked face looming out of the darkness.
What's this? Something weak, something tender. Won't even have to chew you before I feed you to my son. Soft meat. It's a splinter. I've gutted bigger threats than you with worse.
Oh, why am I rolling so poorly? Seriously, why am I rolling so shit today?
You're small, weak. Killing you would be a
It's one of
waste of
those days,
time.
huh?
I suppose
You can
so.
go, but you make one wrong step and I'll rip you to shreds.
Do you think your kin search for you, Lae'zel?
I know they do not. It is my responsibility to cleanse myself.
They pursued the Nautiloid. Perhaps they were trying to free you.
A vain notion. I am one of many, and will not be a burden to my queen.
What is it?
Yeah, so you got any Father's Day plans with your family?
Well, because my dad is on call and working, we can't do anything much, but we are having
For
Greenville.
Father's Day?
He's a doctor, a surgeon.
Hmm.
But we are going to be doing Greenville Avenue Pizza Company later tonight.
Nice. How's the pizza from there anyway?
You've had it before, several times.
Have I?
Yes.
Thought
Must
he
have
was
forgotten
busy with the
then.
lads in Nelson's Grove. Sucker punching strangers. That's your bit, right? Wasn't any of your business, though, was it? Didn't think this contract could go any worse. Then you showed up. The kind that leaves half your crew dead. There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts. But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it. Whatever you say, mate. Look, we're getting out of here. You should do the same. Come on. We're wasting time.
I wonder why they moved the boar.
Strange. It looks healthy, but it's
Did they?
stone dead.
Yeah, it used to be
Who cares about
before
It's
the
dead.
bridge to
Let's
Blighted
go.
Village.
Oh,
The pig's
yeah,
dead,
you're
my
right.
friend. Staring at it won't bring it back. Come on. We'll never fix these brainworms if we stop and gawk at every piece of carrion you find.
Emotional support guidance.
The boar seems to be
Yeah.
fresh, only a few hours dead. Examining the corpse, you see 2 small puncture wounds in its neck.
And is it dead enough for you? It's been drained of blood with wounds in its neck. It's been killed by a vampire. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to worry you. They are ferocious creatures. But don't worry. I'll keep watch tonight. We won't have to worry about nocturnal visitors. Now please, let's go.
I'm so glad I found. Wait,
Oh,
it's me.
no.
It's Althera from the Grove.
Not already.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry for barging in like this, but I had to come find you. You've, well, inspired me. I want to stand on my own 2 feet, to prove that I can be half the Bardley Harla was. I want to join you, to fight by your side. I want to help people, as you've helped me. I've been running since El Terrell. And when we finally arrived at the Grove, we found danger there too. Unless I hide away from the world, I can't avoid it. So I'd rather face it head on, with you. Really? Just like that? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
That is not Astarion talking.
I won't let you down. I promise.
And also, his voice just not being there.
The Githyanki people have a
he's projecting his words through Shadowheart.
Is an asset. Many a good warrior savors the scent of blood in the air. There's no shame in a capricious murder now and again. Too many, though, and you waste energy and dull your weapon. My suggestion: attack with purpose and savor your kills. And if the urge proves too much, well, I'm sure we can find you a goblin or two to carve up. Ceramorphosis takes all of you. Mind, body, soul. An ordinary tadpole would eat at your memories until they were lost to the void. But our tadpoles are far from ordinary. I wonder if another factor's in play.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling. Anger. I understand. We've been preyed on by Illithids, suffered insertion of a mind-bending worm. Bloodthirst is another matter. But perhaps not too big of one, if it's a devil or demon's flesh you're wanting to tear. My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after. Proud. No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The Frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded. And it's nice to meet someone of your talents. Having a worm wriggling in my skull didn't instill much confidence in the days ahead. With you as my ally, the future looks a little less daunting. Seems unusual to me. Then again, we're talking about tadpoles inserted into our brains by rubber-skinned tentacle monsters. There's nothing usual about it.
I still
All
can't
the more
believe
reason to
that
stick close.
even when I had full approval rating with Will, I still haven't gotten the dance scene. He still hasn't asked me to dance once.
I mean, I've got pretty good approval with Will throughout Act 1, and I didn't get the dance scene until Act 2, so it's probably an Act 2 thing.
Why can't I talk to Alfira? It says started a conversation and then it just immediately ends. Oh well, she's gonna die anyways.
Yeah.
You open your eyes with a lurch, and you are not in your bed. You stand above a body which is in a state of gore nearly beyond recognition. The body of that brave girl who earnestly swore to devote her life to your cause. Her blood covers you, and its warmth feels like the embrace of an old friend. You recall nothing of how you ended up here, but your head pounds and aches. A single moment comes to you, the flash of abject terror in her eyes, blood spilling from her lips. No time for last words. There are dozens and dozens of wounds on the corpse. The killer did not stop savaging it, even when she was long gone. And your dominant arm aches. It aches from stabbing over and over. No matter how it appears, the body is there, and her blood is on your hands. The question flows through your mind. Who are you, really? That you could be guilty of such bitter business? Another explanation will arise. You should face the problem at hand. You don't have much time for reflection now. You need to act. You may only have a few moments before the others awaken and begin to cast blame for the hot sin before you. You scrub yourself until your hands are cold and raw. You can tell the blood is washing away, but your heart mourns its loss so dearly. If you are fortunate, no soul will be able to know you were behind this murder. You wonder if your misdeed will be noticed.
I'm sorry, Alfira. There's nothing I can do.
Another waif dead before her time. I wonder how it happened. She was brutalized.
Rest in peace, Alfira.
Killer knifed
You
her
didn't
many
juju on that
times
beat.
after she was dead. Was it you? Why? Was her innocence just an act? The parasite must be affecting you deeply.
The worm in your head has never slept more peacefully. You know in your heart it was something deeper.
Stop smiling, you.
Hungrier.
Even if it was the worm, this was peculiar indeed. I'll be watching.
An uneasy feeling lingers in the air. As the Inquisition departs, you are left alone with a familiar headache. One more failed adventurer, gone to the mud now.
Alright. I am gonna save. And then I think that that's where I'm going to end stream for today, because I'm gonna be honest, I just want to take a nap right now before Ultra Kill. So thank you everybody so much for watching.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks to Chandler for being here.
Nah.
But anyways, thank you guys. Goodbye.
Goodbye.